All right, this is the game I just played. It's around the ELO range of um, 1300. My opponents and both me and my partner is 1200. So it's an even match, but I think I fought it quite good using the Mongol. And just I think it's this one I defends quite well, so I'm quite proud of it. So just want to show you about that. Yeah, I start with yeah, again, optimized Molly Rush. I'm learned from internet, YouTuber Molly, and it's using the step lancers rush, but this time I was rushed by both of them, so it's quite challenging. So initially I was just doing my regular, just 6 people on sheep and scout find all the sheep and lure my first boar, and I try to send my wood camp far from the town center, so that I hopefully I can hide from there and also increase the distance between my opponents. So I think that one is quite good and a good strategy. And also I start to push the deer. All right, and yeah, at the moment lure my second ball. I tend to build the house earlier, 2 houses, so that I can have 25 population limit, and kill my second ball and start to collecting food, concentrate on collecting food, and try to push my deer. And in the meantime, since we have 8 on food, and the rest is going to the wood camp, and try to push the deer in the meantime. I didn't actually check my components, use my scout to check my opponents, because my partner is Vietnamese, so I know roughly where they are, so that's enough for me. So push the deer. So I just want to check the opponents. All right, opponents push the deer as well, and yeah, it's Rome, so he start to actually scout out my camp. All right, I didn't take care of the rest, so I maybe just open the open the wall fog. All right, I'm pushing. So I think I have 7 on wood camp now, so I start to have 2 more on the berry. I have 7 on the wood camp and 2 more on the berries, and 8 on the sheep and deer, and on food, and start the last 3. I want to get to the, again, I want to make it far away from the TC, because I want to have the TC and the secondary TC around here. So I have choose the secondary gold instead and push the deer in the meantime. I think this villager exposed my this side. It's not a good position, and my opponents actually found out my views, so that he knows that there's something there, even though he hasn't scouted that out yet. I saved the deer, almost going back and just shoot him once with that bill, and then start to getting to the so everybody is pretty much the same time. They are a little bit earlier than us. All right, okay, so initially I want to push more, but I give up and start to chasing its scout. So in the meantime, once he's up, he's actually start to produce man in arm. So I decided not to scout him and try to retreat a little bit. Try to I decided to scout them, but he is coming back to try to scout out. So this is the time he found out my wood camp actually, because I have my once it's up, I have my market and blacksmiths put it down, and I just scout out his camp. Alright, so straggler trees, I have more, 3 more to unscattered straggler tree, and in the meantime try to encircle the wood camp, and have a small wall to encircle the berries and gold as well. The 3 man at arm he already sending out to here, but I'm not particularly worried about that, because I know the repair speed is actually quite good. So even though he had man at arm, totally useless in my point of view. So my scout is trying to scout out his. So let's just show you. Yeah, scout out his camp. Yeah. So at this moment, he starts attacking me using this, and still sending people forward. And I just using one view to repair that wall. It's enough to balance their attack, counter their attack. So in the meantime, I'm already up for the castles, glass castle, and try to build the stable for the depot. And the yellow is quite fast, and try to send the villagers forward to actually targeting my gold, I think. So if I'm not fast enough, it will be a disaster. Second stable, I reckon it's necessary. I'm up, almost there. Up castle 8, right away build the step lancer, and in the meantime repair this wall and try to build more villagers. But I'm actually very intense. I'm not. It's lucky for me, the pathway is right over there, and my stepper lancer is just right over there, so I actually killed his forward villager quite easily, and this is where he gets panic. But he keeps streaming the man in arm, try to protect his villagers. I have to kill the man in arm on the way. So they have actually population advantages at the moment. Overall, I try to kill that villagers, so it's actually almost failed that one, because Lancer has a little bit distance, it turned out to be, and I think it's too much, so I retreat. Too many man in arms. I try to retreat, and in the meantime the red is coming to help his mate, and it's quite intense. So the scout, so I have to defense instead of attack, and this is the moment. It's quite intensive defense here. So Roman's man in arm is quite scary. I think I think yeah, got upgrade the armor already. So I use the hit and run tactics to attack. Stepo Lancer has this group bonus, so you have to attack in group and try to save these villagers. So I use the hit and run tactics and try to avoid unnecessary. Okay. So two versus one. Luckily the repair rate is quite good, so it shouldn't be a major issue. I can't actually counter the man and arm in terms of attack power, so I have to use the hit and run tactic, and it's quite effective. But in the meantime, I didn't produce anything. I think this one actually finally fends off the first wave of attack, and so save some time for my friend actually, and he's actually quite developed. And alright, so finally I got a little break here and try to moving forward. In the meantime, producing a little bit more. I didn't notice that he's building walls. My friends actually reminded me. So I try to gather enough staples. So staple lancer should have should attack in group, which will have bonus attack. And I was housed. I didn't have enough house. I have to do that. So in the meantime, I'm thinking about having secondary PC here. And yeah, I should attack this group as well instead of coming to here. I totally didn't pay attention to these changes. Otherwise, I can get this group of villages. Secondary TCs. In terms of population, it actually we're way behind, but not too far. So I decided to break this wall. Lancer can break the wall fairly quickly. And so in group, the spearman is not a match. So I'm not quite. I should notice they have a group here, but in the actual game I didn't pay any attention to that. I didn't actually notice that. Otherwise I should go for that one. Instead I'm going for this one, which is a good choice because it has gold here, so I can attack both group, which is good. I didn't notice that there's a hole, but my step lancer found it by itself, so it's good. Otherwise it's going to be difficult. My opponents attacked a little bit, but not attacked. The red is ready to attack my friend, but instead he came actually to save his friend. I think his friend asking for help. I tried to destroy his wood camp here. I try to stand on these hills and use one to distract his digress his attention. I try to destroy this house instead, I think, to make the hole here, bigger hole here. Now he's thinking about stone now. So by this time, his friend's coming to save him. Okay, he's building a castle here. And when I saw his knights, I think I'm not a match of this group, so I retreat. So in the meantime, try to build more builds, and I don't want to engage the fight, but I noticed that my friend is coming to attack, so I actually sent my troops over there to help him. I think yellow is already weakened enough, so I decided to go to red instead, and red also tried to retreat to save his own ass, and so I met him in the midway and tried to attack. My friends send lots of priests, which is a good move. Later you will see that with the priests it's counter the knights quite well, and also will actually heal the unit. So end up on the skill by taking advantages. With the heal and group attack, I think we're winning this battle. Yellow tried to send a man in arm and pikeman to help his friend. He shouldn't send this group of villagers. It's a quick kill, all of them. Alright. By this time I think that they gave up. They think it's all over. Alright. So it's a quite a victory in terms of elos. They are much stronger, but I think we did well in this one. Militarily, I did quite well this time. 60 killed, 12 lost. Economically, I wasn't doing quite well economically. My friends doing pretty good. And technology, yeah, it's almost the same with red. And yeah, villager number, I'm okay. That's not much, and yeah, that's a good one.